Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of 56'N. BJ and I are just getting into some stuff.
What's up, brother?
What's up, brother? A lot of life
Oh
changes
man.
occurring all at one
Yeah.
time.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Trial by fire.
What is it? What is it? It's like there's a saying. It's like sometimes 10 years go by and it doesn't feel like anything's happening, and sometimes a week goes by and it feels like 10 years just
Bro,
happened,
I tell you
or
what,
whatever the
man.
fuck it is.
Something like that. We all get it.
Yeah, it's weird how that happens, though.
Yeah. I was talking to somebody the other day about their kid
Mm,
and kind of just like seeing somebody I've known for a long time, right?
yeah,
15, 20 years, somewhere in that range. Um, and the kids are older now. It's like, man, it's crazy how like I remember the kid when they were a baby.
yeah,
We look the same. We look the same. It doesn't seem like much time has gone by for us, but the kid is like 8 or 9 now, and it's like, what is happening? Like what? Like they're experiencing time at a completely different rate than we are, even though it's still the same amount of time, but they're just growing so fast. And it's like, oh, wait, I remember when you could barely stand up. You were just wobbly, you couldn't even hold your head up straight. And now you're like, you
yeah,
got words and your own thoughts and all kinds of stuff.
yeah.
It's crazy, man. And you actually slow down for a second and look at it like, huh, where's the time going?
This will tie into one of our topics, but
Mhm,
um, was having a conversation today with my beautiful daughter and talk about a lot going on. We'll get into it here in a second,
mhm,
but um, sometimes when you're in the middle of something negative happening,
mhm.
it feels like it's all consuming.
Yes.
But it's like, and it's super easy to say what I'm about to say. I fully understand that it's not easy to do. I'm still working on doing it myself at 42. But if you could just step back and kind of that that macro level view and say, actually, there's a lot of good things happening. There's a lot of positive. I'm taking positive steps. It's not the end of the world. It's not as doom and gloom as it feels in the moment.
Mhm.
I'll be okay.
Yep. Uh,
Yeah.
1,000%. 1,000%.
It's hard though.
It is difficult.
I'm not saying that I am not a victim of that where I just go, "Oh, my life is shit. It
Yeah.
sucks." It's like, bro, you have like first world problems,
Yeah.
bro.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's a learned skill. I think that takes time.
It's hard.
That comes with life experience.
Yeah.
Um, couple quotes that sentiment brings to mind. I like to say to myself, I love a good quote in a philosophical
Oh yeah.
saying. One of them is that um, you've you're undefeated against every day you've ever lived, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
you're undefeated, right? Every day you've gone up, you made it through. We figured it out. Um, Learning how to see the forest for the trees, that is a learned skill. Um,
Mhm.
Something I've just been trying to work on, probably more intently in the last, I say, year. Um, like actively like writing it down, actively thinking about the stuff is that um, a good life usually is centered around your ability to see the good things happening around you, right? So
Mhm.
not everything is doom and gloom, even when things are not necessarily going your way. There's probably 10,000 things to be grateful for, be happy about. Um, and I'd say, however many seconds there are in a day, that's how many blessings you get in a 24-hour period, right? Because
Not promised to you, buddy.
not promised, baby. It is we are fragile creatures, fragile beings, and um, time. We've talked about this before. Time is relative, and it's what seems like a long time to us. Um, our lifespan is not even it is nothing in regards to the length of the universe or the world or whatever, right? It's like
Mhm.
people well, it's a little harder now because we live in a digital age. But if that shit were to go away, people would forget about you in a maybe in 2 generations.
Again, not a topic, but I was thinking about that today as I was actively working, doing stuff, and I kept finding the need to go to my phone because I was checking on something or whatever. I'm like, I grew up in a time period where these did not exist.
Mm,
It wasn't a thing. And I sat there in my own thoughts for a few minutes going, what would happen if all this went bye-bye?
Yeah. I
I don't remember being sad or, you know what I mean?
mhm,
Like you were forced to, I don't know, read, draw,
mhm.
write, engage with your family, you know? I'm not always saying that that's great, but at least you were forced to do it.
Yeah, no, but it is, I think I guess it's, I guess millennial, you know,
I don't know, yeah.
age grade, this age range, right? So I'd say, maybe, what now? Maybe like 35 to like 45-ish.
Mhm.
Or I'd say maybe even 50, because they
I don't know.
grew up in a time. We'll say
Yeah.
35 to 45, right? So we grew up in a space where, again, we know what it's like not to have a lot of things. And
Mhm.
also we were like growing up with also a lot of things, the first of everything. Like somebody says, I remember when you had to actually have a college email to have Facebook. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't a public thing. You know what I mean?
No, you
Yeah,
had to, yeah.
you had to have that, right? And I was like, but
Yeah.
it's interesting that I see this is where I see the difference in generations, right? Especially for the ones who are younger, who have grown up with technology and grown up with a lot of things. Um, Interestingly enough, I was talking to a friend about this. We were talking about like clubs and like outings, right? I remember a
Mhm.
time when there were no, obviously there was no cell phones. There was like you actually went to a place to have a good time, to like dance, to do whatever. You weren't necessarily worried about, ooh, someone's gonna see me outside of this moment. Like you might see me here like tonight, and it's not gonna last beyond tonight, right?
Yeah.
I'm old enough to like be in a place and not have to like take out my phone to like record myself at a place, to say that I was at a place. It's usually just like you pull it out to be like, "Ooh, I want to take a picture so I can remember it later on. Here's my
Yeah.
view of this thing." It's just it's a different time, and I think we're at that sweet spot where we're seeing both sides of it. And I never wanted, like you said, I wondered, especially with the state of the world right now, if all the shit were to like, I think we take some of that shit for granted as a luxury, right? I think we live a very
Mhm.
sheltered, soft life in comparison to maybe how even our parents grew up. A lot of things, you didn't have that, right? Hell, if your parents are old enough, they didn't have TV. Maybe that was a luxury,
Mm-mm.
right?
Dude, there was a time when TV wasn't on, meaning there wasn't anything on the TV 24 hours a day.
No,
There were only, what am I trying to say?
the
Because
little
it's not even a
infomercial things.
vocabulary anymore. There was
Yeah,
only certain shows on during
yeah,
certain times, and then after that show was over, it was just the
the little infomercial
static.
shit. Yeah,
No,
or even
or
static.
no,
Yeah, yeah,
no, not even info. I
yeah,
remember this shit barely. Like it's in the,
yeah, yeah.
it's in the back parts of my memory. But like going over to my grandparents' house, it was a tube TV, like,
Hmm.
and my grandfather would be on the couch going, "Hey, put it on 15," and I had to get up, go over, and go
Yeah,
click, 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 click. And he goes, "All
yeah.
right," and then whatever that was, that's what we watched. It was
That was
there
it.
was nothing else.
Yeah, yeah, like going from that, as a kid
Yeah,
to being like, I don't know what to watch. I got too many options.
I'm bored. There's nothing on. I have
Exactly.
17,000 different shows. Yeah, but I've already seen them.
Yeah,
What?
yeah, yeah, bro. It's great. You know what? This is a completely sidebar. Now that we're
Yeah.
kind of on the topic, but I wonder, do we have too many options?
Yes,
Are we
I
are we
say
are
that a
we
lot, all the time.
are we in a place where we have so many options that we now have essentially what's the term? Paralysis by analysis, right? There's too many things to process. Right? Now we can't make a decision. We can't do anything because there's just so many things going on. Like
Mhm.
I don't know. I rarely ever really find myself in that place, but I could see where that would be a problem. I mean, hell, entertainment. Well, I'll just say entertainment. And that would also, I mean, well, I've heard people bring this up too in dating, right? Like there's too many options. Like
I don't know
before,
what you mean by
for
that.
example, before the internet, before
Yeah,
dating apps, before Instagram, before social media, right? You only knew the girls in your area,
in your world, yeah,
in your vicinity, right?
yeah.
And if you met a girl from across town at a club or at a bar or wherever, then I guess then you got lucky. Then you had another, but like there wasn't I guess what is it? Wasn't so much access to so many things and so many people outside of
Mhm.
your um your area. So it's almost like the more connected we are, the further away we are as well. Like like connectivity wise, it's hard to connect with people on a deeper level because there is so much and so many things.
Um, yes, and also I can't remember if we've talked about it on 56 or not, but like we're talking about dating apps
Mm,
because when they originally came out, it's like, you know, there's a stigma. There
yeah.
probably still is. Um, but think about it. You know, put yourself in that position. I'll just talk in generalities. You have the ability to match, which is actually the greatest scientific study ever. It's
Mm,
like you don't match unless there's some sort of attraction, right? So it's
yep.
physical attraction first. Doesn't matter. That's why I don't understand Love is Blind, because I'm like, the world says you're wrong. Period. The end.
Yeah.
Look at every dating app. You have to
Yeah.
swipe. It's not just, hey, we're gonna put in this stuff and these are the people you match with. There's not a dating app on the planet that exists like that, right? That I'm aware of. You have to match. You have to want to engage based off
Mhm.
whatever photo.
Yeah.
But then, so let's just put that aside. So then you do, but then you can look, you can chat, you can see how they answer questions, you can get a flow for how they communicate, right? And I'm not parsing out any specific dating app, but you have more knowledge than you would have if you just met at a club or a bar or the grocery store. Or I don't even know where people met.
Yeah.
Meet
Yeah.
used to meet now because I don't think it exists outside of work or school where you actually know them.
Mhm.
Um, but it gives you almost like that behind the scenes. Again, could all be bullshit. We all know that. We all
Yeah.
catfish and all this other shit, but whatever. But it gives you that initial comfort and familiarity with somebody before you actually meet.
Yeah.
It's like a vetting
Yeah.
process.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, it is more of a vetting process as opposed to, like you said, I don't know where the fuck you would meet people these days. Um, I don't know.
I don't know.
Even without it, I'm like, I have no idea. Do you just, get lucky on a walk or on a run, at the grocery people say the grocery store, but I'm like, I don't know,
They
man.
do say that, and I literally just said it, but I'm like, I can't envision a time
Yeah.
ever in my life where I had even more than a cursory, oh, excuse me, conversation with
Yeah.
somebody at a
Yeah.
grocery store. It wouldn't be like, yo, girl, let me get you.
I've never, I don't think, as a matter of fact, I'm sure it's never happened because it doesn't ring a bell in my mind. I don't think I've ever been in a grocery store or to some place and been like, hey, what's up? What's up with that? Especially
Yeah.
like in certain places, right? And I mean, you go to a club or a bar or whatever, I guess you kind of expect that because maybe everybody's there for kind of the same
Yeah,
reason
it's a
to
social thing.
be
Yeah.
socialized
But if I'm at
and
the,
engaged. But like the grocery store, or like walking my
unless
dog.
I'm crazy, and I could be, and we'll get comments, grocery stores and gyms. I
Mm,
don't know how people pick people up. I get it, whatever. My game's not that strong, but I'm like, I'm there for a very specific purpose.
hmm
I don't want to have a conversation with you because if we are conversing, you're messing up what the fuck I have going on. Like
right, right.
I'm either in the middle of my workout or I got to get some shit, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I don't see how it's conducive for that kind of like, let me get to know you.
I guess too, I don't want to fuck up my space.
Yeah, that's true too.
Like a space
Oh,
where
that's true. Yeah,
a space
yeah,
where I go
yeah.
all the
Yeah,
time, and now it's like,
yeah.
ooh, I tried to holler at this girl in the gym or like in the
She
grocery
said
store,
no.
and like
Yeah,
she said no, and now when I see her, it's like it's awkward, it's weird. I
yeah,
mean, I guess
yeah.
you're not embarrassed if you're not embarrassed or whatever, right? But I'm like, I come here for a
Yeah,
different,
don't
like you
fuck up the
said, I come here
space.
for a different thing, and it's not for that.
Yeah, fair.
Mm,
Um, respectful of your time. I know.
yeah,
Well, night shift, bro. Night shift. Woo, buddy.
yeah, yeah,
God dang. Um, transitioning
yes,
parenting
mm,
or parenthood. Because I am in that phase,
yeah,
and I have talked about this on Street Tales and 56'N.
mhm,
I've made the statement like for 20 years, the last 20 years of my
mhm,
life, I have not been able to, like, it's a black drape, it's black space
mhm,
past my youngest graduating high school.
mm,
Meaning I don't know what my life looks like. I knew well, whatever, within reason, every day, month, week, whatever,
mhm.
what my goals were. I was driving towards this goal. And now that it's coming up, I'm
Well, how you deal with
yeah,
that?
yeah, bro, I don't know.
Mhm,
We'll see how it goes. We'll see how our episode in June.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'll let you know what the space is.
Well, as a precursor to what's coming,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
how did you feel about? How do you think it's going to be different from your son graduating and kind of going off and doing his thing versus, this, I guess, the second time around?
You know what? And both my kids do listen to our show. They
Mm-hmm.
love listening to Uncle BJ and their dad talk about nonsense. They laugh. They will send me clips. I love how they send me the clip that I made, comment on the clip that I made. Anyway, but yes, they do. But with nothing but love, and I'm so proud of my son. If I have to answer honestly, it's almost like I couldn't fully appreciate what he was doing because
Mm-hmm.
I was still had his
Yeah.
sister.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, I'm proud of you. Kind of what we were talking about in the graduation one. You did
Mm-hmm.
exactly what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You have a plan for what you're doing next, which is
Mm-hmm.
all I ever asked. And he is executing those assignments
Doing his thing.
as he should.
Yep.
But honestly, like once baby girl graduates, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm super excited for her. She has a plan as well.
Yeah.
And I'll be with her through that. But like they're adults now. And
Mm-hmm.
I've said this before, like you're 18 now. You could technically and
Do whatever you want.
literally say, fuck off, go do whatever the fuck you want. And I mean, it would destroy me. And I never talked to you like that. It could go that way
Yeah.
because you're an adult now. That
Mhm.
could be. So anything outside of that is a win for me.
I don't think
It's like-
I don't think that'll be a problem, but
I don't foresee that. It would be
Yeah.
very shocking.
Yeah.
But it's just a weird space, right? Because I'm there to help. I'm not really. I don't know. Hear what I'm about to say and tell me what you think.
Mhm.
I'll always be your dad, but now it's like I'm not responsible for like your being your safety. Well, I'm not responsible for like making sure you survive and are
Yeah.
alive. Like
Yeah,
that's really on you.
You brought them to a point, right? And I guess
Yeah.
kind of go back to what we talked about before of like experiencing our parents as a time capsule, right? As we
Mhm.
grow, and I guess it goes both ways, you know.
Yeah.
This is a different period in their lifetime where it's like, hey, and again we've got life experience on them too, but like we've also kind of been there on the other side, and maybe we just forget because we that far past it. But like there
Mhm.
was a time where like we wanted to get out and do our own thing as well, and make our own
Mhm.
way, and not necessarily want to have to lean on our parents so much. We want to kind of get out there and learn and do our own stuff. But it is nice to be like look back and be like, oh, okay, all right, just sit back there. I can, like to
You're there.
have that. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
okay, there's some. I guess it's a different level of support, right?
Mhm.
It's always nice to have that support of your family. Um, I will ask you this though: do you think you would feel different if the roles were reversed? If it was Nani who graduated first versus your son?
I don't think so. I've
No.
thought about that actually.
Mm-hmm.
No, because they're. I do love my children differently, meaning I love them both, but my son is
The
my
same but
son.
different. Yeah.
It is. It's the same
Yeah.
but different. It's
Mhm.
weird because, like, yeah. But my daughter, she'll
Mhm.
be 60 years old. I don't give a shit. She's still my baby.
Yeah.
Come curl up. Come hug your
Mhm.
dad.
Mhm.
But in regards to like those moments and those events, no, I'm excited for them, and nothing but success and support for them. That's all. That's what I want. It's
Mhm.
not necessarily a son or daughter differential
Yeah.
in that regard. No.
Okay.
Um,
What do you? I mean, I guess
I will.
is there anything you're
Yeah.
excited about for this? I guess after this, uh, beyond this blackness of things you couldn't see beyond. Like, are you excited about any of it?
Yes. And the best thing I've come up with in my head is it doesn't feel so much like I'm pulling. It almost felt like for 18 years I was pulling them across the finish line. Right?
Yeah.
Come on, you gonna do this because nobody likes going to high school. And high school's
Yeah.
different. And we don't. This is not the time for that show. But it's almost like I'm pulling, dragging, sometimes kicking and screaming. Like, no, you are gonna fucking do this. Now it's more I get to kind of like, I don't know. I don't want to say push because that seems like you're
Yeah.
pushing them away, but it's almost like support and just
Yeah.
like, I got you. Keep going. Like we're doing something. You know what I mean? It's just a different position for me.
Like,
I'm excited about that.
when you were saying that, I imagine, it's super, super fucking cliche. But
Go, bro.
it's the only thing I could think of is, when you're teaching the kids how to ride their bike, right? And they
Yeah.
got the training wheels off, and you kinda just
Hmm.
let them you give them that one little final support of one little
Eh.
extra little,
Yeah.
"Eh," and you kinda take your hands off and like, okay, you
Yeah.
got it. You got it." Just like we talked about, you're doing a great job. So when
Yeah.
you're talking about, it's like I envisioned that, um, I guess Alec was already kinda doing that a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
He was already riding the bike without the training wheels on it, right? But,
Well,
um
their mother, I could tell you, this is, honesty corner. Their mother handled all that because I did not have the patience and my frustration was too high. And I was like, well, I guess you'll never ride a bike. Um, but she did that. But I will tell you, I didn't have that moment personally
Mhm.
because bad parent. Or, well, yeah, well, it is what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
But going from, crying and, oh, yeah, and like
Mhm.
purposely wrecking to be like, see, I wrecked, like that kind of stuff, which you see my irritation already coming back.
Yeah.
But then going from that to like boom and they're off, like
Mhm.
that's exciting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm excited for both of them. I mean, baby boy's doing his thing. We're very excited for Nani. She especially
Wait till you see him again, bro.
I know.
It's not
Uh,
just his physical appearance, but like
his
his
yeah,
demeanor, like
yeah,
just the way he carries himself.
yeah.
So different, bro.
Like, "It's about time, boy. I still punch in your chest."
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I
He
like
does
it.
talk about you often. Yes, yes.
Uh,
So let me give you a little things that parenting that I'm currently addressing, even tangentially.
mhm,
I don't know if I said that right. Somebody will correct me.
yeah.
I get a lot of corrections, by the way, in the comments. Just so you know. I'm like, okay, well, I never said I was a
Yeah.
wordsmith, but I do my best.
You got my point.
So it's the super hard, even for adults, doesn't matter how old you are, to deal with, let alone teenagers. Huge life changes happening. And I'm referring to a group of people, a group of friends
Mhm,
that have been together since fourth grade, and
mhm,
some of them their whole life. And now massive change is happening,
mm,
right?
yeah,
And there's a lot of ways you could deal with it. Unfortunately, most teenagers, and I'm one of them, it's like, oh, you're leaving, you're doing something else, or I perceive you're doing something better than I am.
mhm.
Well, you're dead to me. Fuck you. It's hard because
Uh-huh,
that's just what it is, right?
mhm,
And instead of just being able to maturely say, I'm happy for you, and we'll stay in touch, that old thing,
yeah,
and whether you do or not, whatever. But just that kind of those niceties, they just kind of go by the wayside. And instead, it's like it's almost like this is bothering me, this is hurting me,
mhm,
I don't like it. So you are the bad person because of the things you're
mm,
doing. What am I doing? Well, you're going to a better school than I am. You're
mm,
leaving. Again, these are all perceived things that I'm saying
yeah,
because I'm still very adamant. It's not how you start. It's not how you start. It's how you finish.
mhm,
And so people knock community college and all this other shit. Why? That's your start.
yeah, okay,
You see, and also it's like, what are your goals? What are you trying to achieve? You might not even need that. Anyway, whatever.
yeah,
So but it's like they can't do that because they're not old enough. They don't have the experience to process what they're feeling. So instead, we're just going
mhm,
to be shit. And it sucks, bro.
yeah,
But so I guess it's two-parter. But with that being said, I was like, there is a extreme discomfort. And I can't remember if I ever felt it or not, but there's an extreme discomfort amongst young individuals. I'm going to say 18 and younger
mhm,
with being what they quote unquote call alone. I'm all alone.
mm,
It's not really true, right?
yeah.
Because you're just
Yeah,
not getting what exactly you want. But also, I'm like, being alone sometimes is not bad. Like
mhm,
having the time to yourself, and it's not forever. There's people who really like being alone and have been alone for a very, very long time,
Mhm,
but it's also like you're gonna have a few months of alone,
mhm.
change, shift. But it's almost like it's such an uncomfortable feeling. Can't see it.
Yes, I think the biggest thing is, uh, like you said, life experience, right?
Yeah.
They don't perceive younger kids. I say kids, but younger people don't perceive time uh, the way we do. We have the blessing of knowledge, the blessing of experience, right?
Yeah.
Um, and I've tried to even talking to some younger kids, even when I was back at school resource, right? I try to break it down in things that they can understand, and like not necessarily give them such a macro level viewpoint or perspective, right? Things that
Mhm.
they can understand. It's like, okay, let's break something down to like a smaller life cycle, right? Things that you've seen take place. Um, like the seasons, right? For example, it's like you're old enough to recognize the seasons like, hey, during this period, leaves fall off the tree. During this period, it gets hot again. During this period, this is what happens. It all comes back around again. We cycle through, we
Mhm.
cycle through, we cycle through. Um, you know, shit like moths or not moths, fucking caterpillars and like, but you know what I mean? Like things like that. It's like, listen, is and it's not unique to just one tree or one caterpillar or one. This is a cycle of everything on the planet has cycle, all of it. You're not you're not different. You're gonna go through things. And it's
Yeah.
like we talked about before, it's like, I'm gonna tell you this, you're not gonna understand it until later. Like and then
Yeah.
when it comes, you're gonna be like, ah, I get it now. All right. I was like, but I wanted to give you the punchline to the joke ahead of time. It's like a Chappelle
Mhm.
joke. I'm gonna start with the punchline. Mm, I'm gonna
Mhm.
explain it. You'll get it when it comes back around. Right. Um, but I found like talking to them in senses in spaces where they can understand the cycle of things makes it a little bit I won't say necessarily easier, but a little bit they can understand it a little bit better, right? It's like
Yeah.
I was asking, I was like, you know, even when I was doing the recruiting thing, and especially I would ask the college kids because we're talking about social media and like the digital foot that kind of shit, right? I'm like, okay, you remember what you had for lunch yesterday? I'm like, well, yeah. I'm like, what about 2 weeks ago? Do you remember what you said 3 weeks ago? A month ago? Well, no. I was like, what's the worst memory you ever had? I was like, you can't even bring it up. You can't even think about it like that unless it's something super super traumatic, right? But even
Yeah.
then you had to search your lifespan
Yeah.
and
You
your
did sit
brain.
through
You
it.
had to sift through so many different things to find that one specific thing out that I was asking about. I was like, and even then, you don't feel that right now. Your most and again, we talked about sport. Your worst moments and your best moments, you don't necessarily feel those in right now, right? But I can kind of get the gist of, oh, I know I felt good, or I know I felt negatively, at whatever moment. I was like, but that's not right now in the moment, right? That's like we can choose which way we're going. I was like, hey, I remember when I felt good, I did these things. I want to transition to that. If I didn't feel good, I was doing these things. I don't want to go that way. Like we talked about, pain and negative shit as like a barrier, like a bumper car. Like,
Mhm.
I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Um, but I think younger people will find their way with good guidance. They too having good guidance is I think they'll be fine. Like I said,
Yeah.
even at my age, I find myself being like, okay, um, you gotta well for me especially, it's like you gotta pray. Even when you're up, you still gotta pray and be grateful and be thankful. I was like, because you could not have it. And I remember when I'm very very grateful for all the good things that are happening. Because I remember when I didn't have it, and I remember when I felt like shit. I'm like, so yeah, I know the pain of the valley, and I also know the triumph of the mountaintop, right? I was like, both
Yeah.
are very very important along the journey because we're gonna have those and being able to so it's like small wins. Like, listen, you've navigated negative things already. You just don't realize it. Like you're like it's
Yeah.
like you don't have enough lifespan to see that you're gonna be able to do this over and over and over again. It's almost like what is it? The confidence. We had an FTO meeting this morning, and one of the recruits I could kind of see on the body language, they didn't look overly confident, right? Like
Mhm.
I could see the uncertainty. Some of that is just nervousness, like dealer can, and I tell him, I was like, listen, it's not you're feeling this way not because you're incapable, right? It's only because it's unfamiliar. So what you're feeling is unfamiliarity, not incompetence. I was like,
Mhm.
as long as we don't give into the feeling of incompetence, we'll be fine. We'll figure it out. We're good. We're good. And that's what
No,
I would tell any person, or especially younger kids, in any they find themselves in any transitional period in their life, is that you'll be fine. You got it.
that's a couple things. Because a lot of people won't do things because they're like, "But I'm not gonna be good at it." And it's like, you've never done it before.
Yeah, you don't know.
But we'll move on. Couple things because you touched on a bunch of things.
Yeah, I
Well
do.
done, sir. Um, being alone, and this was a clip from, like, YouTube or something, but they talk about being alone and pain.
Mm.
And I think this was actually after we talked about that. I forgot to bring it up, but you triggered the memory.
Mhm.
Caterpillars. Caterpillars are happy being caterpillars.
Sure.
Whatever, for the purposes of this conversation. I
Mhm.
don't know what they're thinking or feeling, but they're happy being
Yeah.
caterpillars. But there's a moment where they have to isolate themselves, cocoon.
Mhm.
I don't know if the metamorphosis into a butterfly is painful or not, but their entire physical structure changes into something else,
Yep.
right? And then they bust out as a butterfly. Nobody, well, majority of people
Mhm.
would not say, "Oh wow, that caterpillar is beautiful," for the most part. But a butterfly, for the most part, again, some people don't like bugs, so
Mhm.
whatever.
Yeah.
The preamble, it's beautiful. So they had to go through that moment of isolation and pain for the purposes of this conversation
Mhm.
to become what they were destined to be, so to speak.
Yeah.
Very good. I know.
You could even take the
I'm
pain out.
thinking
Just
myself in the preamble.
take the pain out of it. The pain
But dude,
is
imagine if you had to like cocoon yourself, and I can't imagine it feels great, but whatever, right?
yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. All right. Next point. Time in kids. And this was actually from Mo.
Mhm.
Shout out Mo, love her. Because I was talking about, like, in the next couple, in the next 4 years, 5 years, not even going to remember these times or moments. It's going to be so different. They're going to be different people. She's like, yeah, because that's a quarter of their life.
Yeah.
She goes, 4 or 5 years to you is vastly different than 4 or 5 years to a 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old. I was like,
Mhm. Yeah.
because they've only lived, like, that is the bulk of their fucking life. So, like,
Mhm.
when you tell a freshman in high school, dude, 4 years is not even gonna fucking matter. It doesn't resonate like it
Don't hit the
does with an
same.
adult, because it's
Yeah.
like, that is the majority of my life. And it's actually the majority of their,
Of their
like,
memories.
known life. Cause
Yeah.
I,
Yeah.
once again, preamble, I don't know when people can remember stuff, but I don't remember shit before I was like 6 or 7, like kindergarten.
Yeah.
I don't know. I see pictures and I'm like, I don't know. That
Yeah.
could be
Mhm.
me. Right. So what you actually can start to, like, store in your mind and
Mhm.
remember, it's half their life.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. She goes, so imagine if I said, don't worry, man, in the next 30 years, everything's gonna be
Mm.
fine. I'm like, God damn, bro.
That's forever. That's a
That's
long
that's too
time.
long. I'm
That's
gonna
a
be
long.
dead.
Yeah.
That's the same when you say 4 or 5 years to somebody who's not even in their 20s yet.
Yeah.
I was
Exactly.
like, oh, let's go, Mo.
Yeah.
And then lastly, pray. Because I'm on the back end of this Exodus 90
Mhm.
thing. And which is great, by the way. I love it. Highly recommend. I'll probably going to do this going forward, because I do enjoy
We
that.
should bring Chris on and talk about it.
Dude, if you will, bro, I love it.
Well, yeah.
That man is so busy. He's got
I
4
know.
kids. But
I
he's,
know. He's doing his thing.
I'll ask him about it. I would love to have him come on this platform.
Yeah, I admire
Keep it
his dedication and what he's got going on.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to talk too much because I don't know how much he wants out there. He's very private, as he's allowed to be. Great guy though. Crushed. Anyway, so you get me on,
Mhm.
but I don't know, the father priest. I don't know. See, I'm awful. I don't know what I think he's father. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah.
He's the preacher for me. How about
Yeah.
that? Because it's a Catholic thing, but anyway.
Mhm.
But he was talking about basically how people learn to pray, and early on, people, when they're learning to pray, unless you've prayed, it feels uncomfortable. It's weird, right? And he was basically saying, don't tell people not to pray for things, because it's usually like, oh, Lord, help me. I need to pay my light bill, my mortgage, or, I need this promotion at my job, whatever. And more experienced, or see, I don't know what to call it. I can't remember how he phrased it, but people with more years under the belt would be like, God doesn't give you material things He'll give you, instead of saying that, like, give me the strength, give me the wisdom, give me the courage, things like that. He goes, they're learning.
Yep.
At least they're praying.
Mhm.
Don't, you're basically rebuking them before they've even started.
Mhm.
They are talking to God in
Yeah.
the best way they know how. Who are you to tell God what he will or will not give them?
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, bro.
Dude, you're not doing it right. How the fuck? I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
about
you're
the
not doing it right. What do you
yeah.
mean?
I think about the smack water clip. How you gonna tell me about some shit you ain't never seen before?
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was so good though. I was like, oh,
Mhm.
that's it's encouraging.
Let them do their thing, man. Yeah.
There's a pastor, I do know who this person is. He's out
Mm.
in Vegas and he curses. They call him the cursing pastor.
Okay.
I don't know if they call him that. I called him that because I love the guy to death. I thought he was great. And I wish I had his name. I hate dropping stuff like that. But big church, Las Vegas, look it
Yeah.
up. He drops fuck bombs, shit bombs, whatever. He goes, this is my congregation. It was reminiscent of cops when they're like, they teach you, sir, ma'am, please stop. Nobody talks like that, especially
Yeah.
where we
Well,
are.
yeah, where you work
It's like, well, you
depends
better
on
back the fuck up before something happens to you.
yeah.
It doesn't sound professional, but they know exactly what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And so he goes, did God create the word? He goes, so I'm using words to speak his message. I'm not cursing at them or, derogatorily. They're basically like sentence enhancers. But whatever his explanation was, I was like, it was a great sermon.
Uh,
And I loved his reasoning behind it. I was like, go for it, buddy. But like, imagine doing that, like, I don't know, a more traditional, solemn,
yeah.
Oh.
The shock and awe.
It was reminiscent of that for me.
Yeah.
I love it.
I don't mind.
Then you had Drewski flying in
Oh
the
my god, bro.
the Chanel suit with,
Oh my God.
with the red bottom because I walk in the blood of Jesus. And I thought he made that all up, and then he had clips showing where he got it from, and I was like, "Oh, this is real. That's why people are pissed.
Spot
That's
on.
why people are pissed." Or the Bentley that's been blinged out in like crystals. It was like, God wants me to drive this.
Like, can we drive?
Well, can I drive it? That's not
Guy
for
wouldn't
you.
want
It's
that.
not for you.
Guy wouldn't want
No,
that.
he wouldn't want
Guy
that.
wouldn't want that.
Bro, to have a Bentley just by the pulpit is wild. Is wild. Anywho, I digress. I don't want to get whatever. What was the next topic, bro? Sorry.
Oh yeah. This is a good one for both of us, and I'm sure other people can relate to it. Life after injury.
Oh yeah,
Life after injury.
it is different.
Man, it is. It is.
I don't care what anybody tells you. It's different. I don't give a shit.
It is vastly different. And I was thinking about this the other day, and a friend of mine is trying to do what's the new thing? High rocks. They're training for like high rocks, right? Where it's like a set. I don't want to say CrossFit because it's not that, but it's like a circuit. It's a circuit thing, right? So it's like, hey, you have this many things, this many things, this many things, this many rounds. Circuit training is not brand new. It's been around for forever.
Very long time. Yeah.
Very long time. And I was looking at it in the sense of like some of the people who are doing it. I was like, I can tell you've never been injured before, or you're this again. I could be 1,000% wrong. This could be for people who want to continue being competitive, right? But from what I see, my perspective, from what I see, it is a lot of people who have never done anything competitively before this. And this is the thing that they can do. It's like, it's not contact. It's not skill based per se. Right. And I'm not knocking people for being, getting in shape or being, doing fitness, do whatever it is you want to do, whatever you like, do that. 100% do that. I'm all for anybody being active and doing what they like to do that brings them enjoyment. So I'm not knocking it by any means. But I looked at it from the space of like, I can tell you never had an injury before, and anybody who knows me has heard me say this at least once, right? And I was like, sometimes I hate the way babies squat, right? Because they have the perfect body mechanics and they've never been injured, right? They're squatting down, perfect ankle flexibility, perfect hips, form is right. They're just young. I'm like,
Where they'll just sit like that for like
Yeah,
an
just for
hour.
an
You're like,
hour, right? I'm just like,
dang.
that's why I kind of just like, I just want to nudge him more. Like, get out of here. You're rubbing it in my face.
Are you mocking me?
You mocking me? Right?
Exactly.
But it's like, you can kind of tell. And I was, again, as we've talked about this before, and I was talking to another sergeant that I work with, you know, we have some years on us now, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like one of the more difficult things is, and I can even tell this too from even just almost 15 years of being a cop. It's like, this is a young man's game, and
Oh.
it's not that it's difficult to hit the mountaintop, right? But it is difficult to sustain that for long periods of time over time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that I probably hadn't seen in like 10 years, right? But one of the things that they remembered about me was that I had the bench press record at the office for like such a long time. It was like 10 years. And I'm like, but that's the thing that they remembered, you know, about me, like physically. They hadn't, you know, whatever. And I was thinking to myself after the fact, and I was like, bitch, first of all, I'm still strong. And I was like, I'm still, I was like, I'm still hitting those, I'm still, and but my thing in that was like, I'm still hitting those numbers 15 years later. I'm still doing that, if not more and better, but I've sustained it over a long period of time. Not to say that's better or worse than the mountaintop, but I know how difficult it has been to maintain that and sustain that, especially after injury and like going through things and changes in your body. So it's like, bro, my life has been vastly different in the last couple of years, dealing with some of the issues I've had physically. And it's like, it has been a test, not just of my body, but of my mind and of my spirit, and of my fortitude and perseverance. And I think that's where it really hits for me. It's like, damn, you know, it's like, it's easy when things are you know, are running on all cylinders and everything's feeling great, well-oiled machine. Like, oh yeah, perfect. It's like, but as soon as one thing goes off track, now we're gonna kind of see like what's what, you know?
You look at the world differently. Even smaller things,
Mhm.
like when it snows or it's icy outside, it's like, When I was younger, I'd be like, whatever, I just throw it on, and you slide a little bit, you're like, oh,
Mhm.
almost got me or whatever. Now it's like, but, you know, slide stepping, you know, like the nursing home shuffle type thing. You're just like, nah, bro, you ain't gonna get me. 'Cause if I go down, I don't know if I'm gonna get back up. It's gonna be really bad, and I'm gonna be very dramatic, bro. Very dramatic.
Hey, you say that, but I was thinking to myself, I was like, damn, uh, are we getting to the stage of life where a fall is now a hospital visit,
I don't think I'm quite there yet, meaning,
right?
like, if you fall, you're gonna break a hip.
Or
That's a real thing,
but if I fall, it's gonna hurt,
it's
right?
gonna hurt me bad, bro.
Bro, at 18, 20, 25, I was like, bro, I would jump off of a 2-story building and tuck and roll and you up and good.
I'll be fine.
Be fine. Now,
BJ, imagine, because we both play college ball.
Mhm.
Think about what you used to do. Full speed sprint, slamming into another human being, bro, as hard as you can, over and over and over. Like, bro,
well, that's why my body hurts now.
facts, one,
Fuck
but
that.
like,
Fuck
I can't
that.
even envision doing
No.
that now. Like,
No.
one time, I'd be like, bro, I wouldn't. I think Mike Tyson, he was talking about when he's fucking wrecked on that little scooter thing in the house or whatever it was. He's like, y'all are laughing. I was in bed for 2 weeks because I couldn't move. I thought I broke my neck. Bro, but how serious he was, it was like, bro, he's a
Yes.
world champion, elite athlete, bro.
I'm 100% serious.
Bro.
1,000% serious with that statement, bro. 100% serious. But
yeah, his face was serious, bro.
At this stage, I need 3 points of contact to get on or off of anything. I'm not fucking kidding. I'm taking zero chances, bro.
Bro, you know chances. You getting old when you go somewhere. It's not your bathroom, but a public bathroom or your friends, whatever. You go to the bathroom, you're like, man, why is goddamn toilet so low, bro? What is this? I didn't know they made toilets this small.
Bro, looking at furniture, being like, I can already tell it's not gonna work.
Can't even get out of that.
But this is a $4,000 couch. It's also 4 feet too low.
No.
No. No.
I need, bro. You make me laugh with that statement because I was looking at getting a couch and I had to go, hold on, let me measure it real quick. How tall? This was the thing.
It's like, hold on, where's the break of this couch in relation to my knee? No.
Nah. Well,
Nah.
same thing with cars too, by the way.
Bro.
Yeah, the sedans are out for me.
Yeah, buddy.
One of my coworkers gave me a ride, like, hey, I'll drive you up. I got in. I was like, this was a mistake. And getting out, bro, I had to like put my hands on both sides, like, ugh.
Now
like,
think about this.
You all right? I was like, this is too low to the ground. I can't do this.
No, for people that can imagine, if you've ever seen one or both of us in person, right? We're large individuals, right? Yeah. Ty's got about like 3 or 4 inches on height, right? But I'm also like very, very.
I think you're wider than I am.
I'm very, very broad. I have very, very broad shoulders, right? But now imagine both of us in Dodge Chargers for patrol cars. I was like, looking at it now, I was like, I don't know how I got in and out of that.
No, remember, bro, we had to learn because if you came out the way you would normally come out of a car.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't work.
Gun be on the ground, your radio, everything stripped off. You probably fall because you caught something on the leg. So we had to like fully open the door, do the head tuck, grab the roof, slide your leg out, and like it was almost like a slide pull. Then you're out of the car. It was very ridiculous. It was not tactical.
Oh my god!
I physically can't get out of this car.
Now we've gone the opposite way. Everybody's got like either Tahoes or pickup trucks or whatever. And, it's great.
Do you remember when they were like, "Hey, the Tahoes are cheaper to maintenance, cheaper to purchase, service is all cheaper, but the optics, I don't know about the optics. We're gonna go with the Dodge Chargers." And the first solid rain, 12 went out of action because the air intake was 6 inches off the ground instead of 12, and it just
boom,
blew 12 engines,
killed the engines, bro.
Just like that. Yeah, bro.
Oh my god, bro. It yeah, it is transition. It is life after injury is a different way of life. It is a completely different way of life. It is like you said, you look at the world differently, operate differently. Got to take care of my body. I got to put way much more effort into taking care of my body. Like I said, this year I've been prioritizing stretching and not realizing that not being able to move with all the surgery shit has how it had. I don't want to say deteriorated my body, which is probably somewhat true, but has changed how my body does things, right? And I realized, like, man, how much of a difference it was, even being, I guess, out of commission essentially for like a year, and then trying to go back to what you can do on this side is so vastly different than what you can do on the other side, bro. It's crazy, man.
Yeah. 2 things, because we're getting to that time. I want to get to our corner. 2 things. I have reached that age where I listen to Joe Rogan. I brought it up many times. I get it. But I'll be yelling at the podcast because it's like, oh, you shouldn't be taking Motrin and you should do peptides and you should never get a knee replacement. I'm like, I didn't know back then. God damn it. And my body hurts. Like I'm yelling. I was like, wait, what? But it hit me like if he was talking to me personally. I was like, I didn't know.
I didn't know what I didn't know. No. You do need to get you on some peptides though. Peptides are doing amazing work.
Bro, we're working on it. The last thing, because you talked about, I'm not knocking anybody working out. 1, full stop. I agree with that. Whatever you do, physical fitness is great. My problem is when you lie about that shit. I fucking hate it. I can't stand it. Don't stand up there looking jacked like a fucking, fitness model and be like, oh, you just need to eat duck eggs and do yoga and, whatever. Bitch, shut up. Shut up right now. That is not at all. Don't do that.
It's herbal tea, bro. It's herbal tea. It's herbal tea.
Listen, all these things are good for you, but don't stand there acting like if you drink this tea and eat these duck eggs I sell for $40 a 12-pack or whatever the fuck, you're gonna look shredded like I've never lifted a weight. Stop lying, bro. That will drive me insane.
Yeah.
Last thing, bro.
We in the corner now?
We're in the corner, bro. Philosophical corner. One day we're gonna have like little music intro, bro.
Yeah.
It'd be very like
This should be the intro.
Get music on. That's philosophical corner, bro. I gotta figure out how to do that.
We've now entered the philosophical corner.
Gunshots.
Exactly. But think about this.
That should be the bird one, the awkward. Hit the awkward one, bro. That's your philosophical corner. DJ's philosophical corner. All right, go, bro. Go.
So I was looking at something the other day on obviously on YouTube, and a little short came across my thing, and I kind of just dove into it a little bit more. Uh, and I don't know if it creeps me out or not, right? But it does spark my brain into
Mhm.
1,000 different thoughts. But it's like because of that, you've never actually touched anything in your life.
Yeah, I don't know what you mean by
Even though
that.
you feel like you're touching something, you've never actually touched anything tangibly in your life. I'm like, what? And it's like, so
Mhm.
essentially what's happening is the electromagnetic fields of the electrons that are attached to you are pushing against the other thing. So you're actually physically not actually touching it. I was like,
You're just feeling the
you're
resistance
feeling
to
the
it.
resistance and the electromagnetic, you're feeling the resistance of the electromagnetic push of the electrons in the other object against your body. And I'm like,
What about
hold
when
on,
it cuts you and it bleeds and it breaks the skin? See, I don't know. All right, go ahead.
right? So I'm like, what are we? I'm like, so is my body not touching right now? Am I not a whole thing? So I'm like,
Mhm.
if nothing's actually touching, what is actually holding all this shit together? Is my question.
Mhm. Mhm.
So like, it's like, yeah, I feel like I'm touching this desk or the mic or whatever, but it's like, typically that's not happening. And I'm like, so what? What? It's like, so how are you ingesting it? How am I smelling anything? How am I, um, you know, any sensation, right?
Mhm.
What is actually happening, and how? And again, this is a completely different topic for another day. But what is happening with my consciousness if nothing in my body is actually being held together? What is my consciousness then?
So that's interesting. That is a Joe Rogan thing on several episodes with many
Hmm.
different types of PhD style people. Because there's the concept. We're getting off the not touching things. We're just going
Yeah,
to table that
yeah,
for a
yeah.
second. But your consciousness, it's like it's in your DNA, like genetics. So like people whose ancestors went through horrific events
Hmm.
that will be passed down to their children. It's like, is it because of how they were raised? Is it because they knew about it? Or is it just in it's just in them because it was such a shock to the system? Like it marked their DNA,
Yeah.
their being, and that gets passed down generationally.
Hmm.
That's interesting. Number two, to your point, consciousness, because it is weird. And they talk about things. I'm like, it's like when we haven't talked in a couple weeks and we call each other at the exact same time. It's like, bro, I wanted to talk. Bro, I was just
I was just thinking
these
about.
moments where it's like, how does that?
Yeah.
It's almost like we are connected, and maybe we're just. It's almost like the cloud, right? We're just tapping in,
Hmm.
and we've just kind of carved out our little section, but it's all together. And at certain points, it collides, and you're like, oh, hey,
Yeah. Bro, I'm telling you,
I don't know, man.
it is the one
It's
question
weird shit.
that I always ask myself, and I ask anybody this, is how do you quantify consciousness?
Yeah, it's hard.
I don't know if you can or how you do that.
Mhm,
Because I'm like, at what point? And I feel like, at what point did you know that you were you inside your body?
mhm. And I don't have it. And this is not me answering,
Yeah.
but I will say, the older I get, I'll remember things, and I have to really pause sometimes and go, "Did that happen to me?
Mm,
Was that somebody else's story, or was it something I saw? I don't know. It is now my memory, and I
mm.
don't remember any other way." And I'm like, it's happening more now. The older I
Yeah.
get, I'm like, "Did that happen to
Mm.
me? I can't remember."
Yeah. It's like, why do I remember that? It's like, why do I remember that such in
Damn,
vivid detail? Like you said,
I remember it.
yeah, it's like, did I see that or did I actually experience that?
I don't know.
And is that actually the same thing? Is that different?
That's my kind of my point. It's like now it's in there. Is that now just part of who I am?
Yeah.
Which then also ties into what you feed yourself.
Well, oh yeah, my
Will
God. Yeah.
change you.
Well,
Yes,
we
yeah.
table that for
Like people
another
who just
episode.
love horror movies, not like I enjoy them, but like super into them.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Not my
Not
thing, but
listen,
yeah.
you can enjoy a horror movie. I'm not
Hmm.
saying that. It's the ones that are like too into it, maybe.
Yeah. Mm.
Like,
Why you
hmm.
like this so much? Interesting.
Yeah, what's going on here?
Hmm.
Hmm. Last thing, and we can table this for another one because I know you got to go. This guy is a quantum. He's a professor in quantum something. We're on the quantum
mechanics,
stuff.
quantum physics.
Quantum manifestation.
Ah, yes.
He goes,
Yes.
he was talking, he's a professor. He was talking like in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. This was like a course of study or something like that. And I am summarizing it. I'm none of these things, but I'd heard it on fucking YouTube, and it's probably all lied and AI, but it makes me think, so I care about it. So there it is. And now, and in 10 years, it'll be my memory, and I came up with it.
There you go.
But he was like, this was an actual manifestation was an actual area of study. It's been talked about throughout history. You can manifest, like, you know, you hear pastors talk about it. You hear religious scholars talk about manifesting. He goes, it wasn't until like right around the end of the 70s, 80s when they turned it into, he called it woo-woo, magic, and bullshit. And he goes, and then you start to see the decline in humanity and creativity. And you see the decline. He goes, because people stopped manifesting because they thought it was bullshit. He goes, there is something to, and you've heard this. You've heard many different variations of what I'm about to say. How are you going to achieve anything? It could be a small, I want to be a cop. I want to go to college. I want to play football. Until it's an idea and you have seen yourself doing it, how do you expect to ever achieve it? That's manifesting for those who don't know. When you are not actively doing something, you see something, you want it, and you can see yourself achieving it, and then you achieve it. You've manifested that for yourself.
I
don't know.
my uncle used to tell me this, right? And same shit, different way to say it, right? He's like, you need to, before everything, you need to visualize yourself making plays. Visualize it. Physically see it happening, doing it out there, put that in your brain, right? Works wonders. Always worked wonders for me. But there's a line of, and I'm probably not going to get this right the first time, but I've heard it 100 times. This guy, he says, first he's like, in everything you see in reality was first a thought in somebody's head, right? It's like a thought or an idea becomes a thought becomes vibration, a vibration becomes, so an idea becomes a thought becomes a feeling becomes a vibration is what attracts things to you, right? So it's like, if you, and I know it's super cliche, but thoughts become things, right? And so, and I've looked at this when people like learning how to pray. It's like, you're not asking for, you're not asking for like your mortgage to get paid. It's like, I'm asking for what you're focusing on the feeling of having the ability to do those things over and over and over again. That's what we're focusing on. But and again, 100 ways to scale a mountain. Usually one view from the top, right, is the manifestation part. But it's very, very, very interesting. And it definitely, also keeps you awake at night, but it does occupy my brain a lot, or my consciousness, or whatever the hell this is. And again, that goes back to the superposition thing we're talking about. It's like, you have to decide what it is you're going to try to observe and then focus in on that thing.
Well said, brother. We'll end up with that.
Boom.
Appreciate you.
Love you, brother. See you soon.